Will any NXT women be called up to Raw? Sean, that's a good question. Let's get into that exact topic. So, again, if you follow on YouTube, you'll already know a little bit of this, so please do subscribe if you haven't. The plan is, at the moment, to bring up a number of people from NXT, both to Raw and to SmackDown, in complete ignorance, like 100% ignorance of actual current NXT storylines. We saw that with Tegan Nox, we saw it with Shotzi Blackheart. They completely ignored the actual ongoing storylines in NXT because they need the people. Now, the plan was always to get roughly double figures, so in and around 10 people from NXT for Raw, and in and around 10 people from NXT to SmackDown. SmackDown in particular desperately needed people, so they brought it up a little bit last week. Shotzi and Tegan were always supposed to be going there, but they brought them up a little bit sooner. Now, they have broken this down into two distinct groups. People that they can afford to bring up before the draft, and people which they will intentionally hold on to until the draft. So they want some big names for the draft. Names that have been mentioned: Finn Balor, Karrion Kross, Io Shirai. I did previously say Toni Storm, and here's Toni Storm coming up on SmackDown, probably going to appear this week or have a vignette and just appear formally next week because they need people. Now, Shotzi, Nox and Toni Storm are early call-ups. Toni Storm was at least supposed to be held for the draft. Shotzi and Tegan Nox, to my knowledge, were not. But they are here to stay. They are staying long-term on SmackDown, as will Toni Storm. So their storylines in NXT, gone. One thing I feel confident confirming is that Ember Moon is very likely to be going to WWE Raw based on that, but she once again may be kept for the draft. We are going to see, over the next few weeks, more minor call-ups. And in addition to that, NXT will also bring people in from NXT UK. There'll be more of an interaction with 205 Live and the like, basically to connect all those and fill any gaps that are left in that situation. There is quite a lot of movement planned when it comes to NXT, so please be very, very aware of that. You will be seeing a lot of new faces very, very soon. Alex Pires just says, Karrion Kross to Raw, please. I suspect Karrion Kross will be a Raw talent and one that comes up in the draft as well. One thing I haven't heard, and I just want to be clear, I've said this a few times, but I'm making it clear here. The Way are unlikely to be called up in total. All four of them, to my knowledge, unlikely to be called up. Also, I don't think Dexter Lumis is going to be called up because I don't think his gimmick will work on the main roster. I think, much like Bo Dallas, some things just don't work, and he's very much one of them. Let's catch up. Unpopular Review says it's very exciting to see an infusion of new talent onto the main roster. Absolutely, we need it. SmackDown in particular is desperately in need. A number of people being cleared out in the waiting for more people to come in. So let's get more people in. Let's make it happen. Let's actually just get started now. Martin Loves Games says, where would you like Finn Balor to go? Should he stay away from Cross, and would Vince be behind his different character? Vince is behind this particular different character. He definitely is. Vince was behind the original Finn Balor. In fact, Vince intentionally made a point of saying, I don't believe in this guy on TV in order to get people more behind Finn Balor, and there is literal evidence of that all over the place, including in interviews with Finn Balor, and in the fact that he got the match with Brock Lesnar. People genuinely believed in him. They genuinely did. So I'm not worried about the character change not working out. What I will say is I expect he will be going to SmackDown rather than Raw. I think Finn Balor is more likely to be on SmackDown. Sean says, when will Caden Carter and Casey Catanzaro be called up? When the WWE believes that they are ready. I don't believe they've been scouted. I won't say any more on that. Alex says, I want from NXT UK Eddie Dennis, Joe Coffey, Dennis to SmackDown and Coffey to Raw. I don't find those names likely. I think more likely to see those move to NXT rather than the main roster. I think they'll be filling gaps. Direct call-ups from NXT UK will be limited. Piper Niven is definitely one of them, as we know. But at the same time, I think Kaylee Ray will likely be skipping NXT as well. Ed says, Finn was believed in until the injury. He beat Roman on his Raw debut, for fuck's sake. He was believed in the entire time. And Eleanor says, do you ever see Doudrop going back to the name Piper Niven? I do, but she may have to leave the company to get it. I hate saying that, but it is true.